Let's see how we can create a custom malware filter in Office 365. We're in our Office homepage, and from here we can click on the admin icon, and then we'll get to our admin center. From here we'll go down to where it says admin centers and click on Exchange. Once you've chosen Exchange, it takes you to a new page called the Exchange Admin Center, or the EAC. From here, go ahead and go down to where it says Protection on the left, and then make sure you're on Malware Filter at the top. We see our default malware filter, but we want to create a custom one because the default one doesn't have exactly what we want, and it's not applying to who we want it to apply to. So let's go ahead and click on the plus sign. And we're going to create, we'll just call it Custom Malware Filter. All right, we can give it a description. We can just say that this is a custom filter for Jane Doe, and then we'll apply it to Jane at the bottom. Let's say Jane is getting viruses of a specific type, and we want to filter out that type from her email, but not from anybody else. So first we have the option to where it says if malware is detected in an email attachment, do you want that user to be notified that this has happened? Now by default it says no, which is probably a good idea. Otherwise you're going to get a lot of people saying that they want emails that are infected. But if you change your mind, you can either choose a default notification or choose a custom one, and you can type in whatever it is that you'd like. I'll go ahead and leave it as no because that's recommended. And now we have the common attachment types filter. So by default, Microsoft puts in a lot of different filter types. And these are all really good file types to be filtering out. But let's say that Jane is also getting a type of virus that nobody else is getting from a specific file type. Let's just say it's the ASE file type. And we'll go ahead and double click on it so it shows up at the bottom as you see here. And when we're done, we go ahead and click OK. Now let's scroll down, and we have the option for notifying internal senders or external senders about an undeliverable message. So what will happen is if a message goes out that's undeliverable, do we want to notify those people? Now spammers use this kind of thing all the time, so we don't want to do that with external messages. You certainly can with internal messages, because if someone tries to send Jane a message and it doesn't get through, you probably want to have them notified that the system thinks they sent them a virus. We also have the option for sending a message to the administrator if there's an undeliverable message as well. So we can check that box if we want, both from internal and from external addresses. And we can set up a custom notification to let them know if we want to have a custom notification. Let's go ahead and scroll down, and we need to apply this to Jane. So we'll say specify the user groups or domains. We'll go ahead and specify the recipient is. Now we also have the option of a specific domain, or if the member is the recipient's a member of a specific group. Let's go ahead and choose the recipient is, and we'll choose Jane Doe from the list. Let's go ahead and click OK. If we want, we can also choose an add exception or an except if add exception. So we can choose add condition, I should say, and we'll hit the drop down and we'll say the recipient domain that sends Jane Doe Smith is, and we'll go ahead and click that, and we can say it's techpublishing.net because that's one of our internal domains. Go ahead and click OK. And we can also choose the add exception, hit the except if, and we could say the recipient is, and we can say if it comes from Robert McMillen, then that particular file type can get through just fine. So we've got some specific applied to specifications for our rules, and we have the file types that we've turned on the filter for, and we've also designated that it's going to be just for internal. All right, go ahead and click Save. And now our custom anti-malware filter has been applied.